The Amazon has always been a place where myths are born. For centuries, explorers returned with wild stories of golden cities, strange roads vanishing into the forest, and ancient kingdoms that rivaled the civilizations of Mesoamerica. Most were dismissed as fantasies, until now. It begins with a satellite image. In 2021, archaeologists examining LiDAR scans of the Amazon basin noticed something unusual. Perfect geometric shapes appearing beneath the jungle canopy. Circles, rectangles, even long straight lines that could not possibly have been made by nature. The images revealed what looked like entire city layouts, hidden under layers of vegetation. Dr. Sofia Ramirez, one of the lead researchers, described it as peeling back the skin of the earth. She claimed they had found over 60 previously unknown settlements, interconnected by what looked like ancient highways. And here's the most shocking part: the roads were perfectly straight for miles, cutting through hills and valleys. A feat thought impossible without modern equipment. New discovery number 1: the Lost Road Networks. The LiDAR scans revealed an entire grid system of roads, many of them over 30 meters wide, running in straight lines and intersecting at right angles. Some led to massive central plazas that could have been ceremonial centers. Others seemed to connect clusters of settlements, suggesting a coordinated effort of a kingdom rather than isolated tribes. This discovery challenged the long-held idea that the Amazon was home only to small, nomadic groups. It suggested a highly organized society capable of large-scale planning, engineering, and agriculture. But this was only the beginning. As excavations began, researchers uncovered fragments of pottery, stone tools, and even what might be the foundations of pyramidal mounds. The jungle, it turned out, was not a wilderness, it was a forgotten civilization's garden. One chilling aspect that fascinated scientists: the settlements were suddenly abandoned. There were no signs of massive warfare, no evidence of catastrophic fire. Instead, it looked as though the people simply vanished, leaving behind their cities to be consumed by vines and trees. The deeper the researchers dug, the stranger things became. Soil analysis revealed terra preta, a mysterious black earth soil enriched with charcoal and nutrients. This wasn't naturally occurring, it was manufactured by humans thousands of years ago. Modern scientists still don't fully understand how these ancient people created such fertile soil, but it's so rich that it remains productive even today. Could this have been the secret to sustaining such a large population in the middle of the rainforest? And if so, why was it lost? By the end of the first excavation season, the team had mapped out an area larger than some European countries, filled with ceremonial centers, houses, and roads. The press began calling it the Amazonian Atlantis, but the most exciting find came in late 2022, when a new LiDAR scan revealed a massive triangular shape deep in an unexplored section of the forest. It wasn't a natural hill. It was a pyramid, or at least the ruins of one, and that discovery changed everything. New discovery number 2: the Amazonian Pyramid. Ground-penetrating radar revealed multiple internal chambers within the pyramid. This suggested that it was not just a ceremonial mound but a complex structure, possibly a tomb or a temple. Inside the first cleared chamber, archaeologists found ceremonial masks made of gold and copper, featuring intricate patterns of jaguars, snakes, and birds. Some of these symbols were unlike anything in known South American iconography, hinting at a unique Amazonian culture that may have had contact with distant civilizations. But the most shocking find was yet to come. In one chamber, a team member uncovered a series of stone tablets covered in symbols, a script that no one had ever seen before. If deciphered, it could rewrite everything we know about Amazonian history. Dr. Ramirez described it as standing on the threshold of a lost language for the first time. There was physical evidence that these people might have had a written system, a hallmark of a complex, literate society. As they excavated deeper, they found something that sent chills down everyone's spine: human remains, carefully arranged in a spiral pattern. The bones were old, perhaps 1,000 years or more, but what disturbed the team was the strange red pigment covering them. It seemed to suggest a ritual, possibly sacrificial. New discovery number 3: the network of causeways and canals. While some members of the team worked on the pyramid, another group followed the LiDAR scans to explore the surrounding area. They discovered causeways elevated above the forest floor and artificial canals, suggesting an advanced system of water management. This indicated that the kingdom wasn't just ceremonial, it was agricultural on a massive scale. These canals would have allowed them to farm even during seasonal floods, meaning they could sustain thousands of people. By the end of the second expedition, the team was starting to see the big picture. This wasn't an isolated pyramid or a single city. This was an entire civilization, possibly spanning hundreds of miles, with roads, cities, temples, and farms. But just as the puzzle pieces were coming together, a major storm hit the region, forcing the team to retreat. When they returned weeks later, they found that part of the site had collapsed, revealing a hidden staircase leading underground. The team was exhausted, but Dr. Ramirez made a bold decision. They would explore it immediately. New discovery number 4 of the stone sarcophagus. In the center of the chamber was a massive stone sarcophagus, covered in carvings. The lid was too heavy to move by hand, so the team used winches and ropes to slowly slide it open. Inside they found the perfectly preserved skeleton of what seemed to be a ruler, buried with jaguar teeth necklaces, obsidian blades, and a headdress of brilliant blue feathers. But there was something else. Lying on the chest of the skeleton was a small, crystal-like object. Under closer inspection, it turned out to be a polished quartz disc, carved with tiny symbols. When light hit it at the right angle, it projected a series of patterns on the wall, almost like an ancient star projector. Dr. Ramirez's voice trembled as she spoke. This wasn't just a burial chamber. This was an observatory, and maybe a warning. New discovery number 5: evidence of sudden abandonment nearby. The archaeologists uncovered storage rooms filled with half-finished pottery, tools left in place, and food remnants. As if the inhabitants had fled overnight, there was no sign of battle, no evidence of fire, no mass graves nearby. It was as though an entire city simply walked away. Theories began to emerge. Some believed the civilization collapsed due to climate change, a sudden megadrought, or a series of floods. Others speculated about disease, possibly brought by contact with outsiders. But a few researchers, including Dr. Ramirez, believed there might have been a spiritual or cosmic event that caused mass panic. New discovery number 6: a jungle roads leading elsewhere. Before leaving, the team followed one of the elevated roads that stretched deep into the jungle. After several days of exploration, they found another settlement, smaller but equally well-planned, with its own ceremonial platform. It suggested that there wasn't just one lost kingdom. There may have been an entire network of city-states, connected by trade routes, sharing culture and technology. The Amazon may have been home to millions more people than anyone ever imagined. When the team finally returned to camp, word of the discovery spread quickly. National Geographic, Smithsonian researchers, and universities from around the world requested access to the findings. The media dubbed it the Amazonian Atlantis. Dr. Ramirez gave one final statement to the press before returning home. What we found proves that the Amazon was not an untouched wilderness, it was a cradle of civilization. And we've only uncovered the first chapter of its story. Somewhere out there, under the trees, are the rest of the chapters waiting.